Okay, peeps, back for another installment, and I'm trying something a little bit different here. Bit of an audio phobe, if you will, and crappy mic and speakers on my laptop just drive me insane when I listen to these videos. So I'm running the sound now through my Vizio soundbar with a subwoofer. Sounds pretty incredible here. I'm hoping the mic will pick up at least some of it, make it a little bit better than the, uh, the little laptop stuff, but still limited by the mic. So you may not be able to hear much difference on your end. I can't hear it on my end. I highly recommend an upgrade for your TV home stereo. Anyway, so we're to Volokolamsk, I think is the way that's pronounced. So at the end of the last turn, I got this Panzer 3L as my reward, doing really good on prestige. However, like I said, 5 tanks with 340s and a couple of 3Hs to handle enemy armor seems to be the ticket. So I will ditch this one. Um, and I'm not going to need that anti-tank anymore. So, and we're doing really good on prestige now. Don't really need anything else, so we'll simply over strengthen. Plenty of prestige now. Some good leaders. Trying to keep a check on the length of these videos. It's almost impossible to make them 10 minutes. Just missed that one. Really, all of them are looking pretty outstanding so far. Kind of wish you could go back and play the early scenarios with troops this experienced. Okay, so that's us. Everything is upgraded. Yeah. Okay, so this 9 turns, and it's still going to be probably long for one video. And of course, it's snowing. So weather starts playing a factor, kind of like it did in real life. Take a look at the strategic map. So you're kind of in the far west, and you got a lot of ground to cover way east. With your main objectives, you got one here, but your 3 main ones are like furthest points. So you kind of have to cook on this one, but once you break out, it's really not that big of a deal. So all of these are auxiliary units. You do have a fair amount of them. And they kind of come into play on this initial push here for Volokolamsk. Okay. For this big city here and even the secondary city here. But after taking this city, it's kind of a foot race. You'll have to break these guys. Most of your force will be here, and you'll have a smaller detachment here. once they break out, a smaller detachment is going to run along this road on the southernmost part of the map, and especially with your Stukas, they won't have any problem. Um, and then the bulk of your force will kind of track uh, northeast through this pass here and come around on the east side to maybe assist the push on Volokolamsk, or however it's pronounced, and then they'll track due east across this road to there. So that's kind of the overview. And then these guys, you'll have a smaller detachment here. Your auxiliary units and Stugas will help them break out of this bottleneck here. There's well, you can try to cross this river, but he also has units on the other side of the river. So once you break out there, it's pretty much erased. There's some defenders here, but you can make short work of them. Sending other units north and south to catch these cities, and then kind of slow going up this pass to finally uh, Velasco, um, and then any units heading south to assist in the final assault. And this is usually where the final is. So that's it. Like I said, I like to do my small units first. And I think I'm gonna give them these two. I'll save this for my main force. There's a tank here, pretty strong tank. So we definitely need a 3H up here. Yeah, let's go with their strongest 4D. I'd say our strongest 3H. Definitely need some eyes. And Pioneer. And then here will be the rest of your force. I'm going to put him there. Him. And the small detachment that's going to break out, you really need to get them free. So we'll put that 40 to make sure. That 3H. Yeah, I guess we'll stay with that, even though I do need really good eyes for my main force. Okay, so all-weather combat will come into play here, which is nice to have. Be great to have them all-weather combat, but radar was still being developed then. Okay, so that's our deployment as far as we can go. That's interesting. Can't see. There's a unit here. Oh, that does sound pretty awesome. I don't know if the mic's picking that up. That sub is almost rattling the windows. Okay, well that really sucked. units clearly are quite tough. Actually, I want to keep this artillery. I guess I can put him there. Okay, so these guys will be my little detachment. But since the weather's bad, this cavalry unit I don't think can see. Let's see what we have up here. I think we have some artillery somewhere up here. Yeah, maybe need to deal with that first. I believe the tank is here. Yeah. Yeah, that sub is really rocking. And of course nobody can get in there, which is awesome. Alright, we'll start moving these guys toward the main city. Now he's going to counterattack, but I do want to get. I normally wouldn't move this artillery, but he has any aircraft guns and artillery back here, so I want to get this artillery in range. Again, these cavalry, you gotta focus on them because of their spotting. That's just an anti-tank gun, get him kind of out of the way. I believe he has a tank here. I'm going to open up a direct path to our artillery there. Alright, so back down here, and we'll pull this fighter and another one up here. To escort these boomers. So the rest of our aircraft are basically spotting because of the bad weather. And I guess we'll send this one north. He does have a few fighters. Or maybe 2 fighters and a attack bomber. And there's another, the armor he has is stout. Not there, at least not yet. And that's really about all we can do at this point. I think one of these units is going to try to come down here and they'll run into my Pioneer or my 4D. And I really want to get this artillery closer to, but I clearly can't put him there. I think he's going to move this one. And that's about it. So let's see what the AI does. Okay, there's one of his fighters, and the weather is broken. And yeah, I didn't even look at the date to start with. We're October, late October, 41. Alright, so there's one of the tanks I was looking for. The other one's still sitting here with no artillery to support it, which is good. That sub is just awesome. I don't think I'm in range of anything yet down here. So I'll use that artillery to help with these guys. Infantry's pretty tough. Maybe, no, still can't get there with those guys. Alright, so a 3H definitely needs to take on, and I think there's an artillery here. Yeah, there we go. Let's see what his range is. 4. Let's see if he can overrun. Outstanding. The 3H probably not going to be able to do much with this infantry. No. Now, he can get down here and attack that artillery. A lot of times he gets chewed up because there's a tank. So we'll kind of roll the dice and see. 1, 2, and this one was in range of that artillery. And either of these guys can get over there. I'm going to go ahead and move him up 1. For the Hope can overrun here. Yes, that is extremely nice. Any aircraft usually can see pretty well. Maybe able to get rid of this on one attack. That'd be awesome. Bit costly, especially since I have tanks to still deal with. That may be all his aircraft. I'm thinking there's a third one floating around somewhere, and of course that MiG's protected by these anti-aircraft guns. Get him out of the range. Just we'll go ahead and try this. So we can them quite a bit, man, and my recon can't get there. There's the third one. That may just be a bomber, yeah, but protected by any air for now. So these are invisible. I'm going to keep with the invisibility on my 3H in case he does try to run a tank in the way. The little bridge is a pain. Alright, so down here, definitely need to slow this tank down. Substantially. As well as all these cavalry units. Actually, I'm going to save him with that one. No, can't get it there. A little over on here. Might be able to get an over on here. Nope. Maybe not with either. Nope. He's dug in too well. So we'll have to use our pioneers. I think we may be able to get 2 overruns. That'd be awesome. Yep. You can still only get to there. Is that cavalry now? Really tempted to put that recon unit out here, but that's going to kind of hang them out to dry. if he does get seen. So we'll do a bit more conservative route. This will put my artillery in range of this city. Could also expose him. We'll see how that goes, I suppose. Well, it's interesting. My recon can actually get all the way to here. And I think we'll take the prestige. There's another tank. Okay. And a strong one. Let's see what our fodder can do. Probably not much. What's the range on there? Okay, only 2. If he attacks, he's going to be in range of that artillery. Just leave him there for the time being. So, question: do I try to knock this tank out with my love to put him near and ambush him. What's the weather? Overcast. It cuts their spotting in half. Let's try that. At least the thinking is he can't see this guy. So if he moves on the city, he'll get surprised and finish taking him out. Okay. Yeah. It's about time. We're going to have to probably see what the AI does, and we'll stop the video. Okay, back to snow. That flushed out of fire. Snow kind of sucks. We'll try to use our all-weather Stuka to our best use. Anyway, I'm going to save here, and we'll come back and finish the game. Okay, that's it for now, guys. Like I said, thanks for watching. Please remember to like, share, comment, subscribe, and I'll see you with the continuation. Thanks. Bye.